In this video, we are going to learn how to export our textures from Substance Painter for Unreal Engine 5. In my case, I have set an output location for my textures, and I want to set my output to either PBR Metallic Roughness, which is over here, or to Unreal Engine Packed. Let's take a look at what these two templates give us. If I go to Output Templates, I can see all my templates. Let's start with PBR Metallic Roughness. PBR Metallic Roughness is very similar to AI Standard Surface. The only difference between these two templates is that the PBR Metallic Roughness template exports your normal map as DirectX, and the Arnold AI Standard Surface exports it as an OpenGL. Unreal Engine uses DirectX, which is why this is a good template to use. The second template that you could use is the Unreal Engine Packed. This one you'll notice has fewer texture maps. It has the base color, it has a normal, and it has the emissive. But this map, where you can see metallic at the end, if I go through it, you can see that this is a combination map. It combines your ambient occlusion, your roughness, and your metallic. So let's export both of these templates and see what our textures look like. I'm going to start with exporting the PBR Metallic Roughness. Just to show you the settings that I'm using, this is what I'm using. And you can change your file type to Targa if you want a file that has more colors. A PNG usually works fine, but if you want a bigger file size with more resolution, you can try a Targa file. I'm going to hit export. Now I'm going to export an Unreal Engine Packed with the same settings. Now let's take a look at these two exports. I'm going to start with PBR Metallic Roughness because that's the most familiar. In PBR Metallic Roughness, you have the same maps as you would get for Maya, except your normal map is inverted. So whatever normal direction that you see in this map, it's the opposite of what you would get if you were to export this for Maya. That is the only difference between PBR Metallic Roughness and Arnold AI Standard Surface. Now, let's look at Unreal Engine Packed. Everything else is pretty much the same. You have base color, you have emissive, you have your normal. And then you have this, which looks like a map that has color, but it is just your ambient occlusion, your roughness, and your metallic all in one map. And when you plug this into Unreal Engine, you are using your R, G, and B channels for these two maps. So for these three maps. So your ambient occlusion will be taken from the R channel, your roughness will be taken from the G channel, and your metallic will be taken from the B channel. This will make a little more sense once we get into Unreal Engine and see how these textures are attached to the material. But other than this very strange map, everything else remains exactly the same. You can use either of these two templates. This is something that's used for games because it's more optimized, and this one is something that is more familiar. Personally, I think the only pro of this one is that it combines multiple properties into one texture map, while this one keeps them separate. So as far as I know, there aren't too many other pros or cons to using either. One last thing while exporting textures is the naming convention. If you want to use the naming convention that Substance gives you, you can do that, or you can change the names. So let's say I want a different naming convention for the Unreal Engine Packed template. I can go to Output Templates, and I see this template right here. I can right click and duplicate this, and I can call this my personal template. So I can say my name underscore template, and I can specify for Unreal. It doesn't matter. I'm just naming this according to what I want. And I can specify how I want these maps to be named. So let's say I want this to be named M for, or T actually for texture. And then you have your texture set name. Then you have base color. And you can leave this the same, or you can maybe remove this and have this set to .udim. So this is what you're going to get. Let's do the same thing for all the other maps. I will pause this video and come back when I'm done changing all of that. This is what I have right now. I have my textures renamed in my customized template, and I can export them now. Let me make sure I choose my template and same settings, and I'm going to export. Here are my final texture exports. You can see that it's named it with the prefix T, the name of my texture set, and then what map this is. I don't have any UDIMs, so it's not added that UDIM extension, but if I did, it would just add the UDIM number. So this is a really useful thing if you want a custom naming or customized maps for Substance.